Have you ever been in a room where someone speaks and you instantly know they haven't thought through a single word they're saying? Or watch someone stumble over the same mistake time and again, as if they're stuck in a loop of their own making? It's a frustrating sight, isn't it? But here's the thing. These aren't just random behaviors. They're patterns. Patterns that Thomas Jefferson, one of the greatest minds in American history, identified as clear signs of a fool. Now I want you to imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a conversation, observing someone who's loud and impulsive, dominating the dialogue without pause, and yet their words hold no depth. Or perhaps you know someone who keeps making the same poor choices, ignoring advice, brushing off lessons, and ending up in the same mess over and over again. Jefferson believed that understanding these signs isn't just about avoiding foolishness in others. It's about protecting yourself from embodying those traits. Today, I'm going to take you through 2 timeless insights from Jefferson that reveal these sure signs of a fool, and more importantly, how you can avoid them. Grab a pen and paper, because these insights are not just theoretical, they're life-changing. And trust me, they might not be something you'll find in books or seminars, but they are the hard-earned lessons of life, shared from someone who's walked the path. So let's dive in and discover the wisdom that can save you years of frustration and mistakes. When I was younger, I used to believe that wisdom came automatically with age. I thought the older you got, the more you'd naturally know what to do, how to think, and how to navigate life. But let me tell you something I've learned after 8 decades on this earth. Wisdom isn't a byproduct of age. It's a byproduct of awareness and reflection. Thomas Jefferson, a man who shaped the foundation of America, understood this better than anyone. He wasn't just a statesman. He was a philosopher, a thinker, and someone deeply attuned to human nature. He left behind countless pearls of wisdom, but among the most profound are his observations about what makes a person foolish. And here's the kicker. These aren't traits that are exclusive to other people. If you're not careful, you and I can fall into these traps too. But the beauty of Jefferson's insights is that they don't just help us identify fools around us, they give us the tools to ensure we never become one ourselves. So today, I'm going to break down Jefferson's 2 sure signs of a fool. I'll share stories, examples, and practical ways to not only recognize these signs in others, but to root them out in your own life. Because here's the thing. Life is too short to spend it making the same mistakes. Or worse, being the one everyone else sees as a fool. Let's get started. Thomas Jefferson once said, "It is better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and to remove all doubt." Have you ever been in a room where someone talks just for the sake of talking? They dominate the conversation, filling the air with noise but offering no wisdom. Jefferson believed that one of the surest signs of a fool is someone who speaks without first weighing their words. In my younger years, I worked alongside a man named Richard. Richard was charming, no doubt about that. But he had this habit of blurting out his thoughts, unfiltered and often unnecessary. At first, people found him entertaining. Over time, however, they stopped taking him seriously. His words, though frequent, carried no weight because he didn't take the time to think before speaking. Contrast that with another man I knew, a quiet fellow named Walter. Walter wasn't the loudest in the room, but when he spoke, everyone listened. Why? Because his words had substance. He thought before he spoke, ensuring his contributions always added value. Speaking without thinking not only diminishes your credibility, but also erodes trust. People start to see you as impulsive or even careless. And let's face it, in today's world of social media and instant communication, this trap is easier to fall into than ever. One careless tweet, one heated comment, and suddenly your reputation takes a hit. How do you avoid being the fool who speaks without thinking? Simple, yet profound. Pause. Whenever you feel the urge to jump into a conversation or share your opinion, take a moment. Ask yourself, is this worth saying? Does it add value to the discussion? Am I speaking out of emotion or reason? Here's a trick I've learned. Before responding, take a deep breath. That 1-second pause can be the difference between wisdom and regret. The Stoics often emphasize the power of measured speech. Epictetus, a great Stoic philosopher, once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." If you adopt this mindset, you'll not only command respect, but also gain deeper insights from others. In a world full of noise, be the one who speaks with purpose. Those who listen and think before they speak often end up leading, while those who chatter aimlessly are soon ignored. Another sign of a fool, as Jefferson pointed out, is someone who can't let go of an argument. Have you ever met someone who just can't stand being wrong? No matter how trivial the issue, they'll drag out a disagreement until everyone around them feels exhausted. This need to win at all costs isn't a display of strength. It's a glaring sign of insecurity and, quite frankly, foolishness. I remember a neighbor I once had. Let's call him Tom. Tom was a good man at heart, but he had this tendency to argue over the smallest things. Whether it was the best way to grill a steak or the correct route to the hardware store, Tom always had to have the final say. One day, I watched as he spent nearly an hour debating the color of a mutual friend's car. He was wrong, of course, but he just couldn't admit it. His need to be right overshadowed the relationships he had, and people began to avoid him. The irony is that the strongest people are those who can gracefully concede. Admitting you're wrong isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom and maturity. When you release the need to dominate every argument, you make space for understanding and growth. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, often advised focusing on what truly matters. He wrote, "You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control." Imagine the freedom that comes with this mindset. By choosing not to engage in petty arguments, you conserve your energy for battles that truly matter. If you find yourself in a disagreement, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, is this worth my time? Will proving my point change anything meaningful? In most cases, you'll realize it's better to walk away. This doesn't mean you should never stand your ground. There's a time and place for standing firm. But if the matter is insignificant or driven by ego, let it go. The power of silence in an argument is often underestimated. A well-placed pause, a thoughtful nod, or even stepping back entirely can say more than 1,000 words. It shows confidence, self-control, and an understanding of what truly matters in life. In the end, being the bigger person isn't about winning or losing. It's about knowing when to speak and when to stay silent. As I reflect on the wisdom of Thomas Jefferson and the lessons life has taught me, one thing stands out. True strength lies in self-control. It's not in the loudest voice or the sharpest retort, but in the ability to stay grounded, to listen, and to choose words that build bridges rather than walls. These are the traits that separate the wise from the foolish, the respected from the disregarded. So as you move forward, remember to embody these principles. Pause before reacting, think before speaking, and always seek to understand before being understood. These aren't just words. They are tools to build a life of dignity, respect, and purpose. If you found these insights valuable, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Share a moment when staying silent or calm made all the difference in your life. And don't forget to subscribe to John the Stoic for more timeless wisdom that can transform your journey. Together, we'll uncover the secrets to living a life of grace, strength, and wisdom. See you in the next video.